Hi, my name's Ian McLaughlin. I'm a principal application programmer at Discover Financial Services. Um, I'd just like to share with you how we are migrating our data from a Gemfire or Geode data store, NoSQL data store, to a relational database. So the first part of this is just to just create a little prototype to read and write to Geode, to the NoSQL database. So it's quite easy to set up a Geode NoSQL database on your own machine. So this works all on my own laptop at home. I can show you what I've set up so far. So okay, so you just need to download Apache Geode 1.15.1. Once you've downloaded it, just go to the bin directory, and you need to create what's called a region, which is a bit like a database table in Geode. So it's, as I said, it's pretty straightforward. So I've just picked this name, locator 0803, time on the clock when I did it. So you need to start a locator, and Geode goes off and does some stuff. And then there's a bit more to it. I tried to do a query here, which is not right. So you need to start the server as well, and I've just picked this name again, server -0803, group 0803. I'll just go down a bit here, and now you can see I've created this region. I've called it region 0803. If you just follow all the instructions here, it should work as it has here. So we've got the query. You can run a straightforward count start on this region I've created, and it comes back as 0, so 0 rows. Okay, so that's what I did earlier. Obviously, I've tried out the code that I'm going to show you in a second. And what we're aiming to do is we're aiming to create some JSON blocks, 3 JSON blocks inside this region 0803. But at the moment, I can just recall the command if I do a query. So you can see there's nothing there. I've just cleared it down. So what I want to show you is how we're going to populate from a bit of Java code these rows here in the database. So let's flip back to here. This is my Java code. So it's got a very simple Java project, Gradle Java project. All you need is just maximize this. So this is all you need to get started. Ignore this. This is some old stuff that you don't need. So you literally just need Spring Framework boot and Spring Framework data components. These components here, Spring Framework boot plugin, dependency management plugin. That's all you need in your build.gradle. Just make sure your Gradle distribution is 7.4.1, so everything hangs together. And then this is the code. So we just have not a huge amount of code. It's literally just, I've just extracted out main into a write to NoSQL DB. I'm going to do a follow-on after this where we read from the NoSQL database, but I just thought we'd get started with something simple. So here's your kind of boilerplate stuff. For your local machine, you can just specify the host as being 127.0.0.1, port 10334. There's the region that I created. What I tend to do is use the time on the clock as a unique identifier. So it's just region -0803, 3 minutes past 8. And this is the clear down. This clears down these 3 tables here. And this is my JSON. What I like to do is use a single quote to make it readable, so you don't have a load of backslashes, and then just do this replace. So we're replacing all the single quotes with double quotes. But as you can see, it's quite readable. We've just got resource, product name, product code. It's just a load of chocolate bars. Mars bars, Twix, Snickers, ABC, product code 1, 2, and 3. And this we've extracted just to kind of reflect the structure we use at Discover. We store the resource ID embedded in the JSON block, and then also at the top level, as you can see here on the side there. So there's the replace, and then this is the actual business end, if you like. We create PDX instances, and then we put them to the geode region. So define the region here. Just one thing to note, that doesn't actually create a region. I've created the region here, as I showed you a minute ago. This just creates it a virtual region to allow the Java code to read and write to it. So I'll just run the code, I guess. Let's see what happens. Taking its time. There we go. So I like to put hello world in at the beginning just to make sure everything's working, so we know it's running. And what I'm going to do when this is completed, I'm just going to run this query again, and we should see these regions, this region populated with these rows. Okay, here we go. So it's obviously doing an awful lot of work in the background, but ultimately we're just writing 3 rows. Still running. Just looking at the red square here. Nearly there. There we go, build successful, so it's completed. So if I run this query now, we should see those rows created. So query, and there we go, they're created. Okay, thanks. I'm going to do a follow-up to read the data, and then we're going to talk about writing it to a relational database in the next episode. Thanks for listening.